Yo, it's ODB from OLP. Please consider subscribing. I got a lot more videos coming this year. I'm really just going to dive in to everything that I kind of have going on in my life, but also bake in a lot of pop culture stuff. But if you saw from the thumbnail, what I'm going to do is I want to open this bad boy. This just came. I just got back from a trip across the state, about 2 hours, and 2 hours each way to pick up some Mazda parts. So I'll share that here in the coming days or so. But I want to give a huge shout out to the Engage Media team. Now, they recently chimed in on one of my videos, so I appreciate them doing that. And I mentioned that there was a big announcement that they made shortly after the new year, and that was Chris Hamilton. There's going to be a lot more coming from Engage Media in 2026, and we're excited to hear that. And what I want to show you is this bad boy. Now, because I'm a contributor, this is a non-subscription issue that arrives generally a little bit before these hit mailboxes. And I want to show you this new cover, which, by the way, was already announced, this super awesome C10. Now, what they've done as well is they've given a lot of love to Dino's. So you see Dino's Get Down, that's with a GIT down, and a bow tie required party, which is super cool, little nod to Chevy. And then a huge shout out to our title sponsor, Scraping the Coast, Mini Truck Hall of Fame event that has been around 20 plus years. Rest in peace, Greg Miller. And what they do for the Gulf Coast is amazing. And this is the new issue of Street Trucks. Now, the thing I want to point out is if you haven't subscribed in a while, just go to their website. Very fair pricing on subscriptions. They also have sister publications, including the buyer's guides. We're going to continue to see additional, believe 4 to 6 other books, if you will, in 2026 that are kind of sister publications. Although from what we've seen, it's going to be online. It's still going to be pretty awesome because it's going to bring you a lot more content to their Motortopia kind of ecosystem, if that makes sense. The cool thing about what Street Trucks has done is, we've seen ups and downs in the print world. And for them to continue to reinvest, the quality is so awesome of these pages. It kind of feels like the good old days. But also, is this the ultimate mini truck? And we've got the firewood truck. This thing is super cool. A buddy of Johnny Garage Johnson. Let me see if I can find it really quick. We saw this at LST a couple years ago. This is super cool. Different stuff that sometimes I feel like being around the scene a long time, people go, oh, classic trucks, oh, C10s. They're not my thing. But I love when Street Trucks kind of peppers in some different stuff. Something that was in the AccuWare booth just a year ago at LST, in pages here. 20-year Odyssey for this S10, firewood, and it's spelled FYR, like fire, like that, firewood. And this is Josh Cyrus. Yeah, Josh Cyrus. His awesome truck. So that's in print. This magazine feels today in 2026 as good as it did back in 1999 when it first dropped. So do yourself a favor. If you're an enthusiast and you haven't subscribed to a magazine in a while, or maybe you haven't subscribed to Street Trucks in a while, just go out on their site. I write a column. You get to see my motivational words every month, and I really appreciate what they do. There's tons of advertisers in here. There's sometimes coupon codes. There's just great show coverage, and it's just a really, really, really awesome book, if you will, which is cool. Now, I'm going to keep this one short, but I did want to mention this is technically the March 2026. I wanted to do a video when the February came, which February, Valentine's Day month, they did a very cool red truck with the SEMA coverage in it. Both of these, again, feel amazing, and the quality is just there. They've just, I think, rededicated an already awesome book just to another level. That's what they're doing. And you see stuff like this. I saw this at LST several years ago, that killer grill, rolling shot. They're mixing up the photographers. It's not just one particular individual or one group of individuals, if you will. There's SEMA coverage in here. You've got the mini truck, a couple of the mini trucks that were at SEMA, like that Mitsubishi, aka D50 Mitsu truck in there. So go out there and subscribe. That's all I wanted to really say. Thank you for the support, and I'm going to keep it short and sweet. ODB, stay on the rise, everyone. Let's get it in 2026. Please subscribe, like, comment. We out. See ya. Peace.